Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for being here today. As always, if you are new here, thank you so much for being here first of all, and welcome. And if you are not new, I welcome you back. So as promised, well, I don't know if I promised this in my last video, but I at least made a promise to myself that I would get Lucian's video done either Thursday or Friday. And so here it is Thursday, and that's who we're going to be reading on tonight, and that is 5-year-old Lucian Munguia from Yakima. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, so I apologize if I'm not. I don't know if it's Lucian or Lucian. And I definitely don't know about Munguia, but that's what I'm going to go with until somebody can correct me on it. This is a horrible case, and it's been going on for 2 months now. He's been missing for 2 months. 5-year-old Lucian. He was last seen on September 10th, heading across the parking lot of Sarg Hubbard Park in Yakima and going toward the Yakima River and other bodies of water. He was wearing blue shorts and a blue shirt with a shark on it. And let me see here. Let me just read a little bit. His disappearance launched a massive community search that is ongoing to this very day. His family is still out there in that area. I don't know how far this particular location is from the family's home, but it sounds like they are quite a distance from their home, and they've continued to stay in this area and do whatever they can as far as helping with law enforcement. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so Munguia said that she and her husband Juan have not stopped searching for Lucian, who is also autistic and nonverbal. We're still out here every day, at some point in the day or night, she said, checking new places and spots that have already been searched. Some of the family members who came to Yakima to help with the initial search have returned home and are now doing what they can from afar, while support continues to come in from local family and community members. The family is also working with police. Authorities launched an extensive search of the park, Yakima River, and nearby lakes and ponds in the days following his disappearance. The search has involved hundreds of people, boats, drones, specialized dive teams, and flyovers by aircraft. Yakima police are continuing their investigation into Lucian's disappearance, YPD spokesperson Yvette Inzunza said Wednesday. The department is asking anyone with video from the park from 6:45 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. the day that Lucian was reported missing to share it with police. While early reports said YPD had video footage showing Lucian heading south and east from the parking lot, Izunza said that information was actually based on interviews, including a child forensic interview. YPD also confirmed that Lucian and his family were at the park by confirming Lucian's father's timeline of events leading up to Lucian's disappearance. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to read. Let me see. The family is hosting a bake sale on Monday. The funds raised are put towards costs for printing flyers, ordering banners, and hiring a private investigator. We are talking to a couple of different PIs just to kind of see what they can help us with, she said. It feels like the police kind of disregard whatever we have to say. They are helping still, but it just feels like we want more. We need help. She encouraged anyone who was at the park on September 10th or anyone with information to contact the police or the family, and she asked that people continue posting flyers or sharing the story on social media. The family has larger posters and yard signs available as well. So that paragraph kind of concerns me as far as her making the comment that the police kind of are disregarding whatever they have to say. Because earlier on in the interview, it sounds like, police are still actively searching and the family is working with the police, but now I'm getting a different vibe here. So I hope that the police are still actively searching, 2 months. I don't know, it just seems like with all the cases that we've been covering lately, you can't really guarantee that you're going to get proper investigation from any police anymore, any law office. So I hope that they're doing their due diligence. All right. So it sounds like September 10th in the evening was the last time that Lucian was seen, and he was at this park with his father, it sounds like. Okay. So I'm going to just, let me see, what do I want to, I'm just going to use the universal weight for this and start out and just kind of get the overall energy of Lucian and around Lucian that day, leading up to that day and that day. So let's see what comes out. Okay. All right. Any information on Lucian Munguia? Lucian Munguia. What was going on around Lucian Munguia at the time of his disappearance? What was the energy surrounding Lucian at the time he disappeared on September 10th? What was going on? What was going on? What was going on leading up to Lucian's disappearance? Okay. What was going on in Lucian's energy? What was going on, Lucian, leading up to his disappearance? Okay, so let's see what we got here. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. So, the Three of Cups reversed. The Moon card upright. The Fool upright. The Page of Swords reversed. That definitely is Lucian. We have the Four of Cups upright, and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the reason why I pegged this Page of Swords as being Lucian is because sometimes I look at the Page of Swords as somebody who is, number one, younger, but how do I describe it? I look at this as sometimes somebody who maybe speaks before they think about what they're going to say, okay? Somebody who is really wanting to get into, you know, something, but maybe doesn't quite have the knowledge, you know, to back it up. Okay, so that's kind of how I look at the Page of Swords sometimes. Now, with it coming out in reverse, okay, the fact that Lucian was autistic and nonverbal, that's why I feel like this is Lucian for sure. And so it makes me feel like there was definitely an issue with wanting to convey messages, wanting to communicate. Now, I'm assuming that he, you know, 5 years old, you know, there's going to be things that he has learned in regards to communicating, right? He's going to have some form of, you know, some way to express his wants and needs. And I don't know exactly how nonverbal he was, but that to me is why he is coming out as that Page. There was a need to want to communicate more, okay? So there was something going on in Lucian's life leading up to his disappearance that he was not able to get out for whatever reason. And it could have been something that he didn't like. I'm looking at this Four of Cups. Okay, so that's him right there. Okay, there was something that could have very well been bothering him leading up to this day. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Or something that he wasn't happy about, something that was maybe offered to him and he didn't want any part of it, because that's him sitting next to the tree. Okay, that's him outside sitting next to the tree, and you know, there's something that he wants that he can't have. And okay, whatever those cups represent down there, I don't know what they represent, if this was more than one thing, or what these things are, but there was something that he was focused on and couldn't have that, and for whatever reason, what was offered in exchange, he didn't want no part of it. So that's interesting that that's the energy leading up to that day. So what was that? How big was it? Was it small? Was it, significant something? I don't know yet. Overall, though, I feel like Lucian was a very happy child. He was a very happy and content child, okay? And I say that because of the Nine of Cups. So he for the most part, was content, but he also had the ability to be a little stubborn, okay? Because the Four of Cups is also my stubborn card. So, it could have been just something, a 5-year-old child, is that uncommon for them to be stubborn at times? No, not at all. So this really could be just an overall general personality that's coming out. And I do think that he was adventurous because he is also coming out as the Fool. So he probably, given the fact that I've got the Fool in this Four of Cups here, this is a kid that probably liked to be outside. Okay, I'm gonna go with the fact that he liked to, wander around and sit in the grass and, do whatever he could do outside. Okay, so that was probably definitely his personality, and just didn't have a care in the world when he was out there in his element. That was kind of like his Zen moment, and wasn't really expecting anything to... this card in particular, look at how nonchalant he is. And because of his nonchalant, okay, he's about ready to step off of a cliff. There's a dog there that's warning him, but he is aloof to that dog. He is not paying any attention to that warning, okay? So he is that an indication as to what happened to Lucian? Was he outside just doing his thing, enjoying the moment, exploring, maybe there was something that he wanted that day, or something that he wanted to do and he wasn't allowed to do it, and so he, found something else to do, and he wandered off and stepped into an issue, stepped into a problem. It could literally be an unsafe situation, like, if you want to take this card literally, could it be a cliff that was in that area, or a deep ravine, or something along those lines? Could he have stepped into trouble like that? Okay. And again, I can't help but to wonder who that dog represents in this case, because I do feel like if that were the case, it's possible that somebody seen this child and tried to warn this child to be careful, and he did not, he wasn't paying attention. Or, with him being autistic and nonverbal, I have to wonder about his hearing as well. I don't know what the whole situation is, but was he able to understand if anything like a warning was being communicated to him? And then I would have to ask, if that were the case, where is that person? Where did that person come forward? Because I do feel like somebody seen him, and he was not in a good state as far as location is concerned and safety. All right, so now we have the Queen of Swords reversed. We have the Three of Cups. I do think that the Queen of Swords is Mom, okay? And I don't look at her as just, I have an idea of what I feel that the Queen of Swords is, but I don't, with Lucian coming out as the Page, okay, and Mom coming out as the Queen, I do feel like Lucian has a lot of traits that he has, inherited from Mom, number one. They are very similar, okay? And I really do feel like she is absolutely beside herself in this situation. However, again, because of my feelings of the Queen of Swords reversed, this makes me feel like she is... I don't, because again, remember, we're pulling on the energy prior to and that day. And so with Mom coming out, and I kind of started out backwards as well, but that's okay. With mom coming out reverse like that as the Queen of Swords, it makes me wonder, compassion-wise, where was she on that scale? Was this a serious mom? Is she just a no playing around, no funny business? This isn't what we're here for. We're here to get a job done. Now, was she like that prior to Lucian going missing, or is she like that now because she is in a situation where her son is missing and she's trying everything she can to do in her power to find him? All right, I'm getting a little bit of both, to be honest with you. I think that this is part of her personality. She has a take charge personality, and she doesn't play. She's not there to play and have fun. She's there to get a job done. But again, I think that she's a little bit like that regardless of the situation, but she's definitely like that now. But right now, her main focus is Lucian, okay? That's her main focus, and that's why the Three of Cups is coming out in reverse as well. So this is not a time of getting together and having fun and drinks and partying it up. We are here to do a job, and that is to find our son. There's definitely more to this story, okay? There's more things that are going to come out eventually, and I do think that they are going to come out because the moon it's just that card where what's done in the dark comes to light eventually, and so there's something, and it's right next to Lucian too. Okay, so there's something here. We've got two major arcanas right here side by side, and one of them is Lucian, so that's kind of big to me. And I always, whenever I see the moon card, well, not always, but depending on the read and how it comes out, I have a tendency to look at these animals. We've got the crab here, and we've got the wolf and the dog. Sometimes I tend to look at those animals as witnesses to something, okay? Somebody sees something. Someone has seen something. And these animals in this card take me right back to this dog in the Fool card. And I'm not saying that it's an animal that's seen something. I'm saying that these animals represent a person, okay? Some form of a witness. So somebody seen something that day. And I asked with this card, if that's the case, where is this person? Maybe they've come forward. I don't know, because it did say something like that in the article, that they had witnesses, so I don't know what all the details are in regards to what those witnesses seen. But I do feel like that is key to this case. Okay, so there's something important about what somebody's seen, whether it be a direction that he was walking in, whether it be, what is surrounding the area. But this person seen him, and they knew that it wasn't a good location. I'm not necessarily picking up any water, although we might have some water down below. So I take that back. We do have some water down below. We've got some mountains, and we've got, this cliff here. And I really do get the feeling with the Fool card, with him, if you look at him, that this was just Lucian out having fun and not a care in the world, and, stepped into a location that was unsafe for him. Now, my question is where was Dad? If Dad was with him at this park, where was Dad? So let me just ask that real quick. Where was Dad? When Lucian was at this park and he's outside running around and he's playing, where's Dad? Where's Dad in all of this? Not saying that a child can go missing in the blink of an eye. A child absolutely can go missing in the blink of an eye, but I don't know. I'm just curious here. What was going on with Dad? What was going on with Dad? Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords reversed. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. So, yeah. That's interesting because I feel like Dad wasn't paying attention one lick. Where Dad should have been paying attention, where Dad should have had his eye on him, I have to wonder if he just wasn't. He just wasn't. This right here, the Four of Swords, this is a rest card. You're done, right? You've waved the white flag. You've kind of given in. This can also be a physical exhaustion, a mental exhaustion card, and it makes me think that there was some stress as far as something else that was going on with Dad, and his mind was elsewhere. His mind was not in the moment. His mind was not there on Lucian. And I don't know who the Nine of Pentacles is. I don't know if that's part of Dad or if that's somebody else coming in, like the mom. Or if this is something else that he was thinking of, because we've got 2 pentacles here. So what do those represent? Okay, I'm not sure. I feel like pentacles represent any value system to that person. Doesn't necessarily have to be money. I'm kind of looking at this Page of Pentacles as maybe even Lucian as well. And, the way he's holding that pentacle and kind of admiring it and really, showing some interest in it, that to me makes me think that Lucian's seen something, okay? That's why I said I don't know what the pentacle is, but it makes me think that Lucian was out playing and having a good time and not a care in the world and wasn't really paying attention to his surroundings because, he's 5. And something caught his attention. Something distracted him, and he was really drawn to whatever that pentacle is. And Dad, who was here, okay, was elsewhere in his mind and in his thoughts, and not even paying the least bit attention, is my guess with this one here. Lucian was in the position to be able to wander off and not be seen. Interesting. All right, so now I want to ask, specifically, where did Lucian go? What happened? What happened when Lucian went missing? Where is he? What's going on here? Lucian, can you tell us where you're at? Can you tell us where you're at? Tell us where you're at. What happened to you, hon? What happened to you? All right, so he got confused. He got lost. Wow, this is, oh God, this is awful. He got hangman. Oh my God. Judgment. The 7 of Swords reversed. The Empress card. Okay, what do we got here? We've got the 9 of Wands reversed. All right, what happened to him? 7 of Cups reversed. This is a mind fog. This is confusion, okay? Being indecisive, not being able to make a decision of what to do. It really makes me feel like he wandered into an area where he did not recognize it anymore, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. And you're talking about, again, a child who is nonverbal, right? A child who is autistic. I don't know what he is capable of doing as far as calling out for help. I don't know how he is with strangers. Would he go up to a stranger and be able to convey that he is lost or scared or that he's looking for mommy or daddy? I don't know. But to me, this tells me that he was very afraid. He was very confused and he was lost. He got turned around. Whatever that pentacle was, that to me is where Lucian's mind was. Okay, that was what he was focused on. That was what he was on. That was what he was paying attention to, I should say. So whether that was, an animal, right, or anything. Maybe there was a toy that was left out. Who knows? But he came across something that caught his eye, and that is what steered him off the path. And at that time, Dad was not being mindful, in my opinion. Not saying anything negative about Dad, but that 4 of Swords tells me that he just wasn't there mentally. The Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, again, next to the 7 of Cups, I feel like, a couple different things with this card. Lucian, number 1, I think was out there in that area for quite some time. I don't know if they searched that area, it's so hard to know because, you know, sometimes you can search an area and you think you've searched everywhere and you haven't. But there's also another part of this card that makes me wonder, is there, oh God, and I hate to say it, I don't even like, let me go back to that Fool. I'm getting something with height, okay? Something like a cliff, something like an edge, a ravine, something that he may have stepped off of and didn't realize what had happened. And could he literally be hanging from something, okay? Could he have, yeah, that's what I'm and I don't even like to say that, because it's just awful. It's just heartbreaking. It's just horrible. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here, what I'm picking up. Let me look at this Hanged Man again real quick. Oh my God, he's got a blue shirt on. Wow, he's got a blue shirt on. And I don't like the fact that he's upside down. He's stuck. He's stuck somewhere, guys. He's stuck somewhere. This isn't good. He's stuck somewhere, and then we've got Judgment. Mom's coming up. He wants Mom. He wants Mom. He wants his mom. I'm not picking up anything negative on Mom. She came up as a Queen of Swords, but I feel now confident in saying that is her now moment. That is her present energy. She is a Queen of Swords, and she is not taking anything. She is not putting up with anything. I think that she is being very proactive. She might actually, being that she did come up as the Queen of Swords reverse, she might actually, there might be some words being exchanged between her and police. Okay, I think that now that I think about it, that article was being extra super friendly. They were kind of glossing over I wouldn't be surprised if there are problems between Mom and law enforcement. She's not happy with them. That's why it's coming out in reverse, and she doesn't care showing it, and quite frankly, I don't blame her. She wants them to find her child, and it's been 2 months now. And so I feel like she is kind of at her wit's end. She is at her wit's end. I don't know how much longer Mom can take it. Mom is coming up right there with that Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, I think she came up, number one, because Lucian was calling out for Mom. Okay, Lucian wanted his mom. I don't know if Lucian is a little bit more comfortable with Mom than Dad, but I'm picking up more Mom energy here connected to Lucian than Dad. Okay, not that Dad isn't loving or doesn't love his son or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I am picking up a connection, a deep connection between Mom and Lucian. And he was wanting Mom, and this is also coming out because Mom is literally, I don't know how much longer she's going to be able to continue on at the pace that she's doing, because she is literally, I would say, spiritually broken. She is spiritually heartbroken. She's trying, she's holding on, but yeah. So this is a concern. I think that Mom's, and that's to be expected, right? I cannot even imagine what a parent goes through when they're dealing with something like this. It is horrific. And she is kind of wearing down. Okay, she's wearing down. So she needs support. She needs support herself. And then we've got the Seven of Swords. So this actually makes me feel like that's the one card to me that makes me feel like there is a clash between Mom and law enforcement. I don't know anything other than that article that I read, and they kind of glossed over it. There was a hint of it when Mom talked about the PI, but this to me tells me that there is no trust whatsoever. Now, I don't know if there's a trust from law enforcement as far as trusting Mom and Dad. I don't know. But I feel confident in saying that Mom does not trust law enforcement. She is not confident that they are doing everything that they can do, and she is absolutely wearing down minute by minute, day by day. I wonder if she thinks that they're holding back information. Maybe does she not think that they're being forthright and truthful, or are they just doing a sloppy job on the investigation? But I don't like these three guys. I don't like these three cards here, because I feel like this was something that literally was just a tragic accident. I'm not necessarily picking up any foul play. More so, we have maybe a dad who was dealing with something and wasn't quite paying attention, and, a little boy that seen something that caught his eye, and he wandered off and he became lost and potentially injured. All right, let me see if we can, let me switch decks here. What do I want to do here? All right, can we get some more information on where Lucian is right now? Where can they find Lucian? Where can they find Lucian? Where is Lucian right now? Where's Lucian? Lucian? Where's Lucian right now? Where can we find Lucian right now? Where is Lucian? 5. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles. I don't like that one either. Yeah, he got this poor little guy got lost is what I pick up. He was lost. He got turned around. He got into an area that he did not recognize. Now, how far away from that was that area? It can't be far, but then a 5-year-old could probably, if they're running, they could probably get some ways away over a period of time. So let's think about this. What does the 5 represent? Is it, did he get in a 5-mile radius? Is it 500 feet? Is it 50 feet away? There's something to me there with the 5. All right. I kind of feel like he's closer than I don't know what the investigators think. I don't know if they think he got far away or what, but he is to me in that surrounding area. He's in that area. Look how these pentacles are in a circle. Okay. They're literally right there in a tight knit circle. Okay, so he's in that area. He is literally in that area, and he's by a tree. There's a tree there. All right, there's something going on with the Hanged Man and the Fool and a tree and either a ravine or a ditch or a cliff or something along those lines. But I don't like the vibe of this card, because I hate to think of this little guy, being cold, being scared, being lost, because that is unfortunately what is coming out, and I don't like that. But I do think that he is in that area. He is close by. He is in that initial area. Now, I don't know anything about Yakima, if it's a huge forest park that they were in or something small. I have no idea, but I feel like he is in that area. All right. Have they looked in the area, and why haven't they seen him? Have they looked thoroughly, and why haven't they found him? Why haven't they seen him? Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands reversed. They didn't look hard enough. That's what it is. They didn't look hard enough. He's there. They've missed him. I mean, look at how he's going after that barrier. I mean, he is gung-ho. I mean, he is adamant that he is going to get through that barrier, right? So this is perseverance. This is strength. This is, going after what it is that you want. And so when I see it reversed right next to Lucian, it makes me feel like it was almost like a half-assed job, okay, to begin with. And I know that the article that I read says completely different. It says that there were, helicopters and, this and that and all these searchers. But there's something here that tells me that the effort that could have been put in wasn't for some reason. I don't like this card. I don't like this coming out because it tells me that there's something here. There's something here that's fishy. I don't know. I don't know if it's they didn't have resources. I don't know if it's a money issue. This is a Pentacles card after all. And so is there a financial issue? Do they not have the resources to put into the type of searches that they need? Were they understaffed? I don't know. But I there's something here that tells me that they didn't look hard enough, or they didn't look in the right spot, or they didn't look. Okay, let's see. Will they find Lucian? Will they find Lucian? Will they find him? Will they find him? I think that they were on the right path, though. I do. I think that they were on the right path, because let's look at this again. They were on the path. They just didn't go far enough, and they didn't go hard enough. Let me say it like that. They were near him. They're close. They're close. They need to go back out there again, and it needs to be a more thorough search. Go back to the same location. I do feel like whenever they do find him, hopefully, and pray to God that they do find him, that it's going to be in an area that they were already in and he was missed. That's a 7 as well. So, all right. What's the outcome of this case? Will Lucian be found? Will Lucian be found? Three of Cups reversed. Six of Pentacles upright. Let me pull one more. Page of Pentacles. Okay. What is the exchange? Yeah, this is Lucian again. All right, so he is coming through in this reading. He is coming through very strong. He is out in that woods. He's out in the woods, and again, we've got the Page of Pentacles again. He's holding on to whatever that pentacle is. There's something, I don't know, maybe even, it might not even be anything that he came across out there. Maybe it was something that he took with him. Did he have a toy maybe that he was playing with, or something along those lines? But there was something that caught his eye, and that keeps continuously coming up in this read, okay? But he is there's something here with the woods and a tree, and whatever this is, okay, whether it's a toy or something, I believe that would probably be around somewhere, okay? So chances are it might not be an animal like how I thought in the beginning. It might not be an animal. It might be a toy or something. But with it coming out in reverse, as well as the Three of Cups reversed, I don't get a good feeling, okay? I feel like he's there, and they need to go back to square one, and they need to start over because he's in that vicinity. He's in that area. we've got an exchange here. So the Six of Pentacles. You know, to me, this represents family and law enforcement working together. I feel like there's something in this reading coming up that is giving me that feeling that there is a disconnect between the two. And I, quite frankly, if there is, don't blame the family or the mom, because I feel like it's mom, for having that distrust in law enforcement. Okay, I don't pick up anything here in regards to the family. I pick up, nothing negative about mom. I feel like I said, dad was just not there. Something was going on with dad on a mental issue and a fatigue, maybe mental fatigue, maybe physical fatigue, but he was not in the moment like he should have been. And that happens, right? I mean, we can't, if you're a parent, we've probably all been there, but God willing, nothing happened to the rest of us, right? So it just happened to be a horrible situation. But mom is especially frustrated with police, and that is clearly coming out. And I think that that's going to be key in keeping this investigation going. This is that give and take card. It's I'm going to work with you, you work with me, and that's what it's going to take for them to be able to find Lucian. He's in that area though. He's in that area. Okay, let me just pull one more. What's the overall outcome? What's the overall outcome of Lucian Munguia? What's the overall outcome? What happened to Lucian Munguia? What happened? What's to come here? What's to come? Are we going to have any answers, any closure in this case? Oh, okay, yeah. This Ace of Pentacles. So I'm going to end it on this reading because, or this card, because this is, to me, hopeful. Okay, this is hopeful that there's something that's going to break in this case. Now, I have to wonder if it's the same pentacle that Lucian has been holding throughout this entire reading. What is that pentacle? Like I said, is it a blanket? Is it a toy? Is it, something that he found? That might play an important role in finding him. And I do think based off of that Page of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, it's important. Okay, so it's near him. Okay, whatever it is, whatever that pentacle or these pentacles represent, they're nearby. And so that might be a clue. Okay, so somebody might be walking around and notice something, and in that area, I think Lucian will be there in that area. And this also might be information that comes in. So it could be that or both of them together, right? But this is, to me, a hopeful card that says there might be some information given, right? This kind of goes with that give and take card. So we've got literally somebody coming forward and saying, here's the information that you need. This is what we found. Or I've got information, rather, maybe this can help, but I seen this or I found this. And I do feel like that is a possibility that it's going to happen. Okay, and that will, I think, give the family some information. But I feel like he's in that area. He's in that area. And they've just missed him. They've missed him. So, yeah, I hate doing reads like this, to be honest with you. Let's just send out prayers to, the family, mom and dad, and let's hope and pray that they do find Lucian. And when they do find him, he is safe and sound, and, he can be returned back to his family. That's just what we have to hope for. And then also for mom, because mom, I feel like, is needing strength as well. And probably Dad too. Let me pull a couple cards on Dad. Let me switch decks. Let me just pull, how is Dad dealing with this? How is Dad dealing with this? Because he's only come out once. Okay, he's only came out as that Four of Swords reversed. So, you know, what's going on with Dad? What is his current emotional, his current energy? What's going on with Dad? Lucian's dad. What's going on with Lucian's dad? What's going on with Lucian's dad here? Oh God, Jesus. The devil. Okay. All right, what else is going on with Lucian's dad? What's going on with Lucian's dad? What's this about? What is this about here? Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Damn. Okay. I don't pick anything up that is concerning me about Mom, okay? Mom is frustrated and angry and worried, but something might be going on with Dad. Now, Dad came up as the Four of Swords reversed, and so I immediately thought, okay, he was out of it. He wasn't focused on Lucian and watching Lucian at the time he was in the park. But now I'm thinking, okay, is there something else here? I still feel like Lucian got lost, but is there more to the dad's mental checkout? Because that's pretty much what it was. He was mentally checked out that day. What made him mentally checked out? There might be more to it than just being tired or stressed. Usually the devil is, unhealthy attachments, addictions, things like that. It can be something small, medium, or huge, right? There's something here going on with Dad. I would definitely say that he was mentally checked out at that time because he had something on the mind. He had something major on the mind. I don't know if there's problems in the marriage or if there's just a decision that needs to be made, but to me, that is what was on Dad's mind at that time. He was more worried about what was going on, and whether it be the relationship or the marriage or, a decision that needed to be made, because usually this Two of Swords is some sort of major decision that one needs to make. And so that was what his thing was that day. He was not there. I mean, he was there physically, but he wasn't there any other way. All right, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, he had these things going on. And then this one here bothers me because could he have been, on something? Could he have been, I don't know. Okay, but there's something here. There's something here that's not right. And the reason why I brought up the relationship is because of this Two of Cups. So is their relationship not good, or is there another is there another relationship? Is there a third party interference? Because I keep going back to that Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so there might be something here that interfered with Dad's ability to keep his focus on Lucian that day at the park. All right, so that to me is a concern. What he should have been keeping his eye on, what he should have been focused on, what he should have been holding on to, he wasn't. His mind was elsewhere. And we've got Justice reversed. Yeah, Dad was preoccupied. Dad was preoccupied. It almost, when I'm looking at that Justice card reversed, I and again, I don't know anything too much about this family, but this is the legal system, right? And so could this be, has a divorce been discussed? Has that been put on the table? I mean, if you look at this here, I mean, that's like a decision, that there were, to me, I'm looking at this as that there were some serious issues in this marriage, and it was possibly being discussed that it was going to end. And that, along with whatever that devil could be, and potentially even a third party interference and whatever else, like I said, that was what Dad was thinking. That's what he was concerned about. So Lucian was just out playing. He was just that fool, right? The fool card. Not a fool, but he was, that card. Just enjoying his time, having fun, and he sees something that catches his eye and he wanders off, and that's it. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to end it there, guys. Like I said, we just have to keep praying that they find Lucian and hope that everything's okay. But I am going to be doing another reading. I don't know when. I am going back to visit my mom on Saturday. And thank you guys so much for all of the wonderful, kind, and supportive comments. I so appreciate that. I have not had an opportunity to respond, but I have read them, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But I do want to do a reading on AWP and Jared and everything that's going on with that. Just wow, like I said, that was just, oh my God, craziness. So I want to do that, and I want to do it sooner than later. Because I did want to ask, I want to do an overall read on Jared and his energy and his personality, but I also wanted to ask if anybody else knew about this prior to it coming out. And the longer I wait, the more information comes out. And so I want to get this reading done before more information comes out, because I want to do it that way. So I'm trying to hurry up and do this reading on AWP. So look for that come soon. And I think that's it. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye.